Hey, this is Jason from BroadConnect Telecom. I'm the social media marketing director. And what I'm assuming is, if you guys are watching this video, you've probably got a bunch of questions about what a hosted PBX system is and what exactly it does. So I've got my friend here, Mr. Joe, a senior account manager, to help us along with that.
Hi everybody, my name is Joe Smith. Not very believable, but it is true. I'm a senior account manager here at BroadConnect. I've been here for about 1.5 years now, and I've been in this industry for 15 plus years. And before coming to BroadConnect, it was all based on traditional phone systems from NEC, Panasonic, Samsung, Nortel, Avaya. So
He knows his stuff.
every now and again, I get asked the question, I have a right answer. So.
Right. All right. One of the biggest questions I hear is, why should I go to a hosted PBX, and why should I leave my traditional?
Well, that's a great question. And my typical response to people is, to streamline your telecommunications process.
Mm-hmm.
So ultimately, it's right now you've got somebody you call for your phone system maintenance or upgrades. You've got another person that you call for your phone lines. You've got another person that you typically call for your long distance. You've got another person that you call for your internet service.
Right.
So not just hosted, but with BroadConnect, we kind of take care and encompass all of that. So we actually become a one-stop shop for your telecommunication needs, right from your phones to your long distance to your internet service to your Macs, whatever changes you have to make. You don't have to ever worry about who do I call. You call BroadConnect and it gets taken care of.
So we're essentially the one-stop shop.
That's exactly it. And it doesn't just stop there either, Jason. It gets into, we also deal with video conferencing.
Mm-hmm.
We deal with conferencing solutions, and a multitude of other scenarios. That's for another video though.
Right. Right. What are some of the negative aspects of a traditional PBX system?
Well, some of the negative aspects are, if the power goes out in your building, you're essentially out of communication. Your phone system is hooked up to that power and you're now down.
Mm-hmm.
If the phone lines in the street get cut, it's the same thing.
Right.
You're out of business. If somebody else, you're in a multi-tenant unit and something else happens to one of those tenants or units,
right,
which you have no control over, but you can't access your building,
that's right,
you're not getting your calls, you're really not in business. And same with all the weather storms and the big rainfall we had recently, snowstorms, they really become non-existent in a hosted-based platform. Like when these events are coming,
mm-hmm,
you can always plan for them and work from home.
So why are BroadConnect's users so safe with us?
Well, we've taken the time, effort, and money and resources to get this solution up and running. We were the first to market in 2005.
Mm-hmm.
We're a 32-year-old company, so it's not like we popped up in 2005. We've been around for 32 years.
Right.
We only started doing the hosted bit in 2005, and we were the first to market.
That's right.
We've gone through all our trials and tribulations.
Mm-hmm.
We've perfected how to get this done and what the right scenarios are to lead people down the right path to having a very successful hosted implementation.
So on the topic of perfection, what exactly is VoPI?
Well, VoPI is a phrase that we've actually coined. It's voice over private internet. So as I mentioned some of the alternate services before, we're also an ISP, which is an internet service provider, which means if we're providing the internet for your hosted platform, that internet connection is a private connection.
Right.
We install the router, which directs all the traffic down to us at 151 Front Street, which is where our data center is located.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll get into that in a minute. But that means that your voice traffic never hits the public internet. And where that comes in advantage is, have you ever been on a Skype call or some other VoIP kind of a call where, you get there's latency and you can't hear the person, right, or they can only hear you, you can't hear them, there's jitter, there's all kinds of different things going on. The VoPI solution eliminates all of that.
Right.
Because it's from your office to us, and then from there out, it's actually done through the PSTN network. And for those of you who don't know what the PSTN network is, it's the public switching telephone network. It's the regular phone network. We actually connect your call to the outside world via digital circuitry, digital lines.
Right. Amazing.
Yeah.
So every company out there prides themselves on advanced features and being able to facilitate remote workers and connectivity to your smartphones. How do we compare?
Well, we're right up there. I mean, so when it comes to advanced features, everybody provides the same, hey, voicemail to email, simultaneous ring, although simultaneous ring is done differently depending on the platform you go with. If it's on a traditional based PBX, you've got to increase the number of phone lines that you have. You've got to increase the number of access points out to the rest of the world to manage those calls, because they typically take 2 phone lines for every simultaneous call that you want to have ring your desk phone and your cell phone.
Right.
With us, it's that digital call will connect to your cell phone, will ring your desktop phone. You don't have to, if you had 10 lines before, you can still have 10 lines tomorrow and still take advantage of these advanced features.
Right.
From there, we can also then put soft phones onto your smartphones that you just showed and mentioned,
Yes.
Which increases that accessibility and mobility factor. You're traveling, you're going on different trade shows, that kind of stuff. You're not in the office. You can always launch your soft phone from your smartphone and make and receive calls as if you were sitting in your office.
Right.
And nobody would know any difference.
All right. And I know you speak to new and potential customers all day long.
Yep.
How much do you hear about people having an aversion to moving away from their legacy systems?
A lot, actually. And people are real skeptical about it. But the reason for that is, or a lot of the reason for it, has to do with a lot of the other providers out there that are end-to-end IP. So what that means, Jason, is your call starts at your office, goes through the internet connection that you've got, out through the public cloud.
Right.
It has to go all the way down to whatever provider it is that you've selected. From there, it routes back through the public internet again, which your call can ultimately go anywhere.
Right.
When it does that.
Right.
And, it zigzags across the public internet. And then out to your destination call, which could be across the street.
That's right.
So it makes a huge difference in terms of, your quality and how your calls are conducted. Whereas with BroadConnect, it's not like that. It's all private end-to-end.
Right. Okay, so onto the topic of portals, online portals.
Yeah.
With our hosted PBX system, it's a breeze. Can we still do that with a legacy system?
Well, for legacy systems, they typically have, a portal that you can access. They typically require, extensive VPN connections in order to do it. They're typically not all that user-friendly. With us, as long as you have Mozilla, Explorer, Google Chrome, something along those lines.
Even Safari.
Yes. Don't want to leave anybody out.
All right.
You can access that anywhere. Make any changes you need to as a user, and then if you're a system administrator, you can make any changes you need to on the platform itself. So, IT people sometimes have to step away, go out for, training, that kind of stuff, but it also means that they're still able to log in, make those changes. But in all reality, you don't need to be an IT person to be able to make these changes. And that's really where that advantage comes in. An everyday user can log in as an administrator and make those changes because it's all drop-down screens and bars that you can make those changes with.
Right.
So it makes it quick, simple, and easy to use. And the best part of it all, Jason, if you don't have time, give us a call. Part of our solution includes you being able to call our customer support, sending an email with whatever changes that you need made. We'll make them at no cost to you.
Amazing.
That's all included in our service.
Yeah, it's like that old adage, KISS, keep it simple, stupid. Right?
Absolutely, and that's why we pride ourselves on being a all-in-one, one-stop shop, right? It's one call, one place to go. You don't have time because you're busy running your business.
That's right.
You don't need to worry about your telecom and become a telecom expert to do it. And that's what we're here for.
That's right.
And we do it because at no cost to you because we're managing your voice solution.
Right, awesome.
Now, one question I've got for you though, Jason.
Shoot.
You've been asking me a lot. How do people get a hold of us if they are interested in any one of these services?
Okay, that's pretty easy. Just visit us online at broadconnect.ca or broadconnectusa.com. You can also find us socially on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. Just search BroadConnect. Or you can call us at 1-877-228-6616 or locally at 416-637-2460. And as always, you can email us, which Joe will probably get, at sales@broadconnect.ca. I just want to say thank you, Joe.
Hey, thank you, Jason, for having me.
And I hope you guys found this very informative. If you have any questions whatsoever, feel free to contact us any way we just listed.
Have a great afternoon.
Bye.